Could the House of Lords be moving out of London? The Conservative Party chairman James Cleverly has said the idea was among a range of options being considered to reconnect with politics outside the capital. Cities like York and Birmingham have emerged as potential contenders, but Kieran Morrissey is calling for the upper house of Parliament to be rehoused on Wearside instead.
The House of Lords being moved, I think it is a little bit of a gimmick by a Conservative government. I think a lot of the time when they talk about enriching the North, they focus on places like York, Manchester, Sheffield. I think Wearside is an area that hasn't had a lot of government investment in successive decades. It would bring a lot of jobs to the region. There are a lot of jobs at risk in sort of Nissan and supply chain, and there are a lot of areas in Sunderland that could do with this sort of government investment.
The House of Lords is already due to temporarily relocate out of the Palace of Westminster as part of refurbishment plans in 2025.
As you can imagine, there have been some mixed reactions to the proposal, some saying it's far-fetched or superficial. But wouldn't it be fun to think of MPs heading up the M1 to discuss government plans? Maybe one day.
I don't think it's necessarily likely that the House of Lords is going to move. I think it is more of a headline grabber from the Conservative government, but I think it is important to make the case that if the second chamber is going to be moved, then the north of England does exist outside of these places that are so often touted by the government.
We've been getting your thoughts on this as well. That's coming up next. Sophie Halsey for North East Live.